Well, hello there, Sagittarius. It is so good to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we're doing your February 2023 Tarot reading. So this is good for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It is a general reading, so if it's not resonating with you, you may want to check out either your Moon or Rising sign to see if there is a message there for you. All right, so let's get into your reading. This one's popping out, so we'll get started with it. This is your animal spirit and it's hummingbird spirit. Be here now. Love that energy. It's about being really present, enjoying the nectar. Look at the hummingbird, right? Enjoying the nectar of the sweetness in your life that you have at this time. And even if you're going through a difficult time, it's understanding to when we are grateful for what we have that is going the way we would like, even if it's just something really simple, that'll bring more joy and abundance into our life. And first light, beginning a new cycle. Yeah, look at that. Sagittarius. We just had the full moon and the new moon, I should say, new moon in Aquarius on Saturday, and then yesterday we had all of the planets are now direct for the next 3 months, and it's this beautiful energy. It's been so much lighter, but I feel like you're kind of embracing it. You're kind of like, okay, the worst is over. I'm grateful for what has happened, but I'm grateful that it's also over. This energy of really embracing a new cycle. Wow, really beautiful. Okay, so we're going to move to the tarot. We're going to take a look at your present energy, your area of resistance or an obstacle that's on your path over this next 4 or 5 weeks. And then we'll get some advice from Spirit about how you can, maneuver around the obstacle, overcome it in an easier fashion. Okay, so let's see. Okay, you have soulmate and you have loyal heart. I feel like this could has something to do with a relationship. Could be a romantic relationship, but it could also be a family or a friend relationship. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, really nice. Okay, there is something about staying in your power. I feel like there's somebody in your life, whether this is romantic, family, friend, work situation. This person, okay, is trying to overpower you. There's a little bit of an energy here where you're having to stand up for yourself. You're having to see clearly about where it is that you want to go, what you're trying to accomplish in your life. And I feel like there's somebody that's almost trying to stop you, but it's about standing in your own power, knowing clearly what it is that you want. And yeah, I feel like this person is just kind of like, it's, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. And it could be that, maybe it's like a committed relationship and you want to take it to the next level. It just never gets there. Right? There's talk of it, but it never happens. It could be, you have a job, an employer, and, there's talk of you getting a raise or a promotion or, being able to have more autonomy or something like that. But it's all talk. Somebody's not walking the walk here, and you have a fork in the road. It's kind of like, okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to stay in this situation, hoping that it turns out the way that I want it to? Or am I going to choose to follow my heart and go in a new direction? And I feel like you're seeing this first light. The first light is kind of like, okay, I understand this person isn't going to change. The only thing that's going to change in this situation is how I approach the situation, my own mindset, of what it is that I want, because I feel like you've been really flexible, kind of trying to compromise, because your present energy has playing it safe. The energy I get here is that you feel like you've been walking on eggshells, trying to make somebody happy so that they'll come around to kind of being on your side or kind of coming into what it is that you want, right, from this person. you know, taking the relationship to the next level, getting a promotion at work, you know, whatever the situation is, it's kind of like you're appeasing them. So that's why you're kind of giving your power up to this person. You're not really standing in your own power. You're not, you know, you're kind of like trying to, it's not manipulating. It's really just trying to almost a sense of how can I, it's kind of appeasing, but it's also a little bit of how can I wear this person down? If I stay with this long enough, will I wear this person down? Some of you could have even given this person an ultimatum, hoping that they would see your point of view. You could have said to your boss, and it's kind of an ultimatum, like, if I don't have a raise by February, right, then I'm going to look for another job. You know, or if we don't get engaged in February for Valentine's Day, then I'm going in a different direction. You could have even floated out some idea like that, trying to get this person to kind of follow what it is that you're wanting. But the problem is that this person isn't. You know, they're looking to move on. You're looking to move on. It's all, the only problem is that you're not having that conversation. So let's see. Yeah. Let's see where this is going. Yeah. You know, once again, you have the Wheel of Fortune, but you have the Devil energy here. It's almost an energy where Sagittarius, there's some situation, and I feel like you are kind of like, this is what would be just in this situation, right? That I would get the promotion, that I would get a pay raise, that we would, you know, get married or whatever it is. You see clearly that that is what you want, and that is kind of what you are hoping is going to happen. Whatever this is, it could even be a legal matter, and you're kind of like, okay, this is the way I see it. This is the way I see it. But what is difficult here is that you're kind of like completely attached to having that certain outcome. That to you, that is the only outcome that is just, that is right in this situation. The wheel turns in your favor when you're clear about what you want, but not because of your head. Really interesting, but because of your heart. I feel like for some of you, you're kind of like, your fears are kind of driving you to move forward instead of looking at the love in this situation. You know, how much you love the job, how much you really love that person. Yeah, it's really difficult because I feel like your head and your heart are almost, that is what the crossroads is. It's kind of like, do I follow my head or do I follow my heart? That is difficult because you have the Five of Cups. You know you have to leave something behind. Yeah, and then you have the Page of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. Two of Swords. Yeah, really difficult energy because it's almost as if you are blocking the outcome that you really want. It's almost, I wonder if your energy is kind of split. Your heart wants one thing and your head wants another, you know, and it's kind of like, okay, where the two meet is the miracle point, is what the outcome, you know, is where you want it to be. All right, so let's take a look at your obstacle. Yeah, you have chaos and conflict. You're trying to heal with the Star card. You're trying to heal this conflict, okay? And you have some, once again, something that you think is, you know, the balanced decision, the right choice. The problem is that the person you're dealing with does not see it that way, right? They don't see it this way. And that's hard, you know, it's hard. We've all had situations like that, you know? Yeah. Yeah, so your obstacle is, you know, there is a little bit of a sense, I feel like this person, this situation, the way that they're handling themselves is a betrayal to you. Because I feel like you've given a lot to this situation or relationship, this job, this career, you know, whatever it is. You've given a lot to it. And, you know, your energy is here. It's kind of like, but you feel like this person isn't allowing you to be in your power, to do what it is that you are being called to do or you want out of this situation, you know? So I feel like it's almost kind of making you move into an energy of, you know, kind of like a little headstrong, you know? And I understand, you know, I totally understand. It's kind of that, you know, we have to move forward with this, you know. It's having almost like a really direct, I feel like you're kind of putting your energy into having this really direct conversation with somebody about this situation. And it's kind of like, this is the way I want this to go. But I kind of fear that the way you may be showing up in this situation is more driven by fear than by love. So let's take a look at what you have here. Yeah, intuition and manifestation. Co-create and 10 of Wands. There's a burden here that you are being asked to drop. It's kind of like you're trying to manifest something. You know, I want to manifest, I want this promotion. I want this relationship to move to the next level. You're wanting something, but it's kind of like you're not, it's almost like there's some stumbling block in this. You know, the other person is kind of like, there's some stumbling block for them. And I feel like you're kind of like, that's the same story I heard last year or the year before or last month or last week, right? You're kind of like, okay, but I've heard that story so many times. You can have the promotion, right? When, you know, sales go up 10% and sales have gone up 12%. We'll get married, right? When I get a promotion at work. And they got a promotion at work. It's kind of like they're coming in. I feel like they have a lot of excuses. They could have a lot of burdens. You know, there could be a lot of other things you don't kind of understand, you know, especially if it's like an employer or something. And it's kind of like, okay, but this person, this situation is preventing you from bringing in what it is that you truly want. So it's kind of like stepping back. I feel like you're kind of like this situation, you're thinking that this situation is the situation for you. Okay, but it's about what are you really trying to manifest? Maybe you're trying to manifest a job where you can really and truly allow your love and light to shine, where you can use your gifts, your talents, right? And it's almost kind of like this person is preventing you from getting the promotion. But what you're really wanting to manifest, okay, is this job or a career. Maybe you're even you really want to start your own business. But you're kind of like, your eyesight is on something else. Kind of like, no, that's what I want. And you're being asked to really kind of sit with your heart, Sag. It's kind of like sitting with your heart. What does your heart really want? I feel like when you look at it and when you feel it, okay, you're looking at it, you're kind of looking at it, okay, but it's kind of like feel it. When you really feel it, is this really the person you want to be with? Or is it that you're looking for a loving connection, right? This person may not be the loving connection. It's almost like your spirit guides and angels are preventing you from getting into something that maybe just isn't really meant for you. Yeah, wow, kind of an interesting energy there. I feel like you're kind of like stuck on an idea, a little bit stubborn. This is what I want, But when you sit with it in your heart, is it truly what you want? Is it really and truly, is that person, that job, really what you want? And I feel like when you sit with it, you're going to see, oh, wait a minute. Maybe it isn't. Maybe this stuck energy, okay, has helped to lead you to what it is that you truly want. So let's see what we have here. And then you come into it. Yeah, it's healing something in the past. It's healing something. It's kind of like healing a past dream, understanding that maybe what you're really doing is, you know, you're manifesting out of your thoughts instead of your heart. It's almost like, where did you get the idea that this is what you wanted? If you're resonating, and this won't resonate for everybody, right? But if you're resonating with it, where did you get the idea that this is what you wanted? Because I feel like there's really something else that you want. You just haven't recognized it. It's like, get back into your heart space, Ace of Cups. What are you really wanting to celebrate? What is going to bring you that sense of joy, fulfillment, abundance? And then ask yourself, is this the situation that really can provide that for you? I think when you kind of like weigh the pros and cons, you're going to see a new light. You're going to say, wait a minute, this situation just keeps bringing me around in circles. I'm trying to manifest. I'm trying to get something to work because I thought this is what I really wanted. And then I think you suddenly drop the burden of trying to make this work because you're like, aha, this isn't really what I wanted. And it's almost like, thank you. It's kind of like the sweet nectar is realizing, oh my goodness, thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels, for not allowing this to happen. You're recognizing. And I feel like you go in a different direction, not out of anger or not. It's like a really lovely kind of closing where you just sit with yourself and you're kind of like, that's not what I really want. That's why it's kind of not working. It's almost as if you're being protected. You know, rejection is God's protection. And I feel like there's not a tower. It doesn't have to be a tower moment because you come into this realization, probably with this Aquarian energy coming in, right? It's kind of like you can see more expansively. Your options may have seemed so limited. And now all of a sudden in this Aquarius energy, it's like, wait a minute, I can see all of these. Oh, in fact, I think, yeah, look, 7 of Cups. Look, there's all these stars. You were focusing on one star, but all of a sudden with this Aquarius energy, it's like, look at all those stars. Look at all those options I have. Why am I focusing on this one that just keeps going around in circles? Let me go try something else. Yeah. Where am I called to use my voice right now? You have a soul script that was written to be spoken. Your story matters, and it's time for you to share it with the world. Share your story with at least one person today. Be brave and speak your truth. Your voice will be the catalyst for healing in others. And the healing comes when you recognize, okay? It's almost like you recognize, oh my goodness, I was wishing. My wishes and my dreams were just bringing me chaos. It's because I was wishing. I was wishing for something that I thought I wanted, perhaps from childhood. Somebody told you this is what oh, you're talented. You should do this or you shouldn't do that because it won't pay enough or whatever. So you've been chasing after this dream that maybe you had from childhood, but you all of a sudden realize I'm not that person I was when I was a child. I have evolved. And it's kind of like, yeah, I'm not that person. So why am I chasing a dream I had when I was 8 years old, right? Because it no longer suits you. Sometimes we go back to what it is that we wanted to do as a child. But I think you're the opposite. I think you're actually kind of understanding, I've evolved. I'm not that person anymore. There's something else that I want. My heart is calling me to go in a different direction. There's something else I want to celebrate. Wow, really exciting. All right, well, I'm going to leave it there, Sag. I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. And I wish you so much love and light and joy as you move forward into February. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.